Okay. So I figured I could show you this money math real quick, and then if you wanted to do something else, you can switch the subject. But this is, so you've used this before to show different kind of combinations of money, how to like get back change or give change and things like that. So you can show the cognitive skill of being able to do all this math and stuff, but then the actual physical process of like taking money also can be paired using this as well. So I'll show you a little bit about this, but to warm up and make sure we're using this the same, or nice and well, we will do a little bit of practice. So for example, we can make the, let's see, combination of, how about $35? Okay, remember from left to right, we're using this bottom row, the smaller dollar bills, 1, 5, 10, and 20. So any combination to make $35. We can use that. Okay, we've got 5, a 10, perfect, and a 20. Okay, so moving nicely on that. Now for this, what I'm going to do is, let me see, put some of these out in the same order as this sheet. So what this is going to be is like a motor planning board here, where you can clearly show what kind of dollar bills you should be reaching for on up front, like out in front of you. And then this will just be practice grabbing the correct dollar bills down on the table. So a physical demonstration here. You can do the same thing with coins, but we'll just do this first. So I'm just going to put 3 in each. Actually, I might start with 1, but let's see. 20, and that's it. So this is the exact same order, 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. And I'm actually going to simplify this just a bit more to start. Okay, so that same $35. Okay, so you can show that one more time on here. Which one do you touch? Okay, so then that 5. Good, and you can pick it up. You can just give it to me. We'll just say I'm the cashier here. 10. I mentioned that. And 20. There you go. So this is just on a table. Some people have wallets and things like that. But to be able to differentiate the numbers here, being able to pick it up, different ways. So 10 and 20. We're going to do a different combination of these numbers. Okay, so how about we'll do, let's see, $11 this time. This one, this side. Okay. 10. Good. And you can just hand it to me. I'll take all your money. And, oh, you know what? Actually, touch it on here first. That is correct. Yeah, go for it. Okay, the 1 and 11. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more 1s on here, or more dollar bills in the column, and we can make the problems a little bit more complex. 10 and 20. Okay, so now some way to come up with, how about 20, $5. And again, remember there are multiple ways you can do this, so whatever you feel like. 10, okay. Good. Oh, and you know what? Just pick one of these up at a time, like that. Good. Okay, so you got a 10. You know what? That would be, here, try one more. Okay, another 10. You can pick just one of these this up like this. Good. Okay, so you've got 20. And then your next one. You know what, here, practice this one first, because you seem to be moving a little faster. If we've got a 5, just one. Thank you. On flat on the table, and you seem to have slowed down on this board. So you're more accurate when you touch this one first, and it seems like you're a little more impulsive when you go straight to the table. But eventually you'll be able to just grab them when you hear the right amount of money and do it correctly. But I'll take your answer on this one first. Okay. Yeah, see that, like that one just seems to kind of get poked a lot. Okay, so let's say, how about $18? Okay, so on here first. All right, so 1, 5, you can separate it like this. Okay, and then on here first. Okay, now again, a single. Okay, so we've got 5 and 10. Here, on this one first. So lift this hand. Before, just touch it. There you go. Yeah. It doesn't matter what order you're going in, but it seemed a little, like I said, random. And now go ahead and plant it on this one. Good. There you go. Okay, so you've got 16. And then reach out on this one. Good. Okay, 17. That works. Okay, 18. Very nice. Yeah, so again, not that you can't just straight up reach this one first, but sometimes it just slows us down enough to be a little more accurate. Okay, so now add a couple of math problems into this and kind of break up our movements here. Okay, so if, let's say you had in your savings $30. And then maybe for your birthday, you got an additional $25. Okay, so we're going to first come up with how much money you have total, and then we'll plan it out on this 3-dimensional here. Okay, so this would be, let me actually get some tape here. You're gonna come up with the problem first. Decide what numbers to add, to work with, and then what kind of sign. I might have heard me give you the answer. Make sure that's taping so I get on the show. Okay. All right, so this, and then I'm just going to take 2 here and narrow it down so I don't take too long doing the tape. All right, so you started off, you already had $30 in savings, and then you've got $25 for your birthday. So then how much you would have total? Okay. 2. Okay. Put that in. Pull it down to the bottom row. 5. Okay, so I'm going to start with 2 and 5. Now lift it to the top. Lift this hand nice and high. Plus 3. Okay. Then move those elbows. Oh, a little off. Go to the left. O or 0, whichever one you want to say. You can say O or 0. So now, okay, you've got that problem down. I wrote it vertically, and you might be able to do this in your head, but we're going to do it step by step. So you've got the first column here, and again, this one, I'm not going to say it out loud to see if we can minimize that echo that sometimes happens right when it goes to the last one I said. So this column here, and this one. Okay. 5, there you go. Then I'm going to move it to this one here. These 2. I'll wait for you. Okay. And 5. Okay, so this comes out to $55. All right, now there should be plenty of, there's 3 of each dollar bill. So you kind of have to work with that. Like you can't do 5 tenths because we just don't have enough set out right here. But ways to come up with $55. Yeah, that's fine. So just one of these garments. Okay, put it over here. Okay, so you've got 10, 20. Okay, we'll take one at a time just to slow it down a bit. Another 20. So go ahead and reach for one. 20. Okay, so you've got 20, 40, 50. Okay, and just reach for that one. There we go. And you've got 55. Yeah, now, some people don't even carry around cash, and some people just carry around debit cards, but sometimes you will have it on hand, so kind of good to know how to manipulate things in case you're trying to buy something on your own. You want to have a little independence, keep track of some cash. Some people like having cash more than debit cards, so really just a preference. Or okay, so now we will, I think we'll pause. Things up here. Yeah, you did really nice. That was kind of just moving from this 2D board to 3D real life and seeing how you can apply things in the real world. Okay, now I'll give you a choice of what you prefer to do. Okay, so things we can talk about. I've got things like a story, a poem, history, so many different things. Okay, we use this one to start. Now the first letter of whichever one you would like to start.
T.
S. Next is T. Good. Then O. Then
O.
R. And all over. Just one.
What?
Let's do the story. Okay. Perfect. All right, I've got to pull out some more myths here and there, but right now I've got another fable, so we'll take that one. Okay, so once there was a gnat, a pretty small gnat, flying around the sky. And this one, you might have seen this one before, but it has a silent G and then N-A-T for gnat. So silent letter here, and we'll start with that. So the main character is
G.
G. Good. Next one.
N.
N. Good. Now move your elbows really high.
A.
A. Good. N.
T.
T. Exactly. There was this little gnat flying around, and even though he was very small, he had absolutely no fear. He would fly wherever and do whatever he wanted. Wasn't worried about a thing. So one day, he went walking up to a lion. And this lion was so big, he could barely even notice that this gnat was around. He was just way bigger, outsized him. Oops, dollar attached to this. Okay. So he goes flying up to this.
L.
L. Good, now move your elbows. Try again.
H.
Just like this.
D.
So D or I.
Y.
I. Good. Now keep going. O. And
J.
Oh, that would be Lige. In. Okay, that's all right. Comes out. That's good. If not, I'll say it for you. So, yeah, he went up to this lion, and he was feeling very bold, and he said, I'm not the least bit scared of you. How strong are you really? I know that I'm stronger than you, and if you don't believe it, then we can fight, and then you'll see I'm way stronger than you. Okay, so this gnat was claiming that he was, okay, this one is S-T-R-O-N-G. Check it out with some tape here. You're just gonna practice these letters from, okay, S-T-R-O-N-G. Just remember that spelling. Okay.
S.
S, good. T, mhm.
O.
R, good.
O.
O, good.
Yeah.
In, and then move those elbows.
H.
Wow.
G.
G, exactly. So he claimed he was the strongest, challenged into a fight. So when he did that, the gnat started to fly around this lion and dart in and out of its vision, and he went in and out of its nose, and finally he bit it. Okay, so he was so bold, so fearless that he did this. So lift your hands nice and high. B, good, that's good. Okay, now I, and, exactly, he bit it, didn't have a worry in the world. So when the lion felt this, he was furious. He tried to swat this gnat away, and in the end, when he was trying to swat it, he only ended up hurting himself. He got his paw in his face and scratched up his nose, and he started to bleed. So, in the end, he failed to actually get to this gnat and hurt him or anything. So the gnat was overjoyed, he buzzed off, he felt triumphant, he was so happy. So as he was dancing away, celebrating that he defeated this lion, he flew straight into a spider's web. And he got stuck there. Okay, so unfortunately in his celebration, he ended up in a W, good correction there, lift it. E, and all the way. B, very nice. Okay, he ended up in a web. So, in the end, this gnat, he fell prey to this insignificant creature, this spider, tiny little thing, just after he had triumphed over the king of the jungle. Okay, so this last one, what we'll talk about here, is this moral. And it says, no one is so great that they cannot fail. Okay, very important lesson. But before we talk about that, we're going to go back to some of the words that we spelled, some of the words that we talked about, and then talk about those for a little bit of communication around them. Okay, so we have the first one. I don't think we spelled this one, so we'll practice before we talk about it. Fear, F-E-A-R. So here's that spelling, check it out so you remember from beginning to end. And then we'll spell here.
A.
One more. F, good. My elbows all the way.
E.
E, good. All the way over.
A.
A, and R, fear. Okay. So this, we're talking about how the gnat had absolutely no fear. But in real life, do you think, and this is an opinion question, because some people are like this, where they're just very like easygoing, they don't worry about anything, and they just take life like head on. So do you think it's easy to be fearless? So no right or wrong answer, but lift this hand. W. Sorry, okay, lift this hand.
T.
Okay, T, lift it.
O.
O, we'll go with T and O to start.
M.
M, okay, lift your elbows.
E.
E, to me. In, good. Your elbows.
O.
O. T, not. Which one? Either one over.
B.
B, okay, move your elbows.
H.
You know what, H would make it.
E.
E, okay, not. B, you can make a word, I forgot the rest of my sentence. Yeah, lift this. Here, if this leg comes down a little bit, it's a little bit hard to lift your, like, then you'll have to, yeah, kind of reach your hands over, so lift this hand. T, okay, D,
I.
I, keep going. E. Oh, let's try this word again, okay. So to me, not, and then your first word. Go with this. In, sure. Then,
O.
O. Okay, to me, it looks like you just have to me, no. Okay, so my question was, is it easy? To me, no. Okay, perfect, that's a good sentence. All right, now, yeah, I actually agree with that. I think some people are much more brave and kind of like, they just don't have a care in the world, but then it's easy just to kind of get lost in worries and thoughts and things like that. But some people are just lucky to get off this mat, or maybe unlucky, gets them into trouble sometimes. Okay, so now, let's see, another word here. Okay, we have fight. Okay, F-I-G-H-T, fight. Okay, so again, I'm gonna hold it like this because I think your hand will be able to move a little bit better if it's just kind of falling. F, good. I, G, good.
H.
H, and little over.
T.
T. Okay, we have the word fight, and so many things associated with fight. Okay, so any kind of word that you think of that goes with this word fight. This one's just a single word, or and maybe it's a phrase, but you can go for a single word.
V.
V.
W.
Okay, W.
A.
A. Keep going. Oh, you know what? Try it.
R.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, war. So on a smaller scale, we can think about like arguing with people, but on a bigger scale, fighting leads to things like war. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, so at the end, this Nat, he was celebrating his triumph over this lion, got a little carried away, but still had some celebration. So we're gonna have C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-E. This is the one that we're gonna practice to warm up here. Okay, so celebrate. A little higher.
C.
C, good, now move it. You're correct, E, keep going.
F.
L, move your elbows.
J.
A little higher. F,
E.
E, so we've got Sella.
B.
B, good. R, right. Good. Can I move your elbows?
A.
A. Good. Keep going.
T.
T. And all the way.
E.
E. So there are lots of things we can celebrate. Throughout the year, usually there are certain days that mark different holidays or personal accomplishments that we could celebrate. So what is something that people tend to celebrate?
C.
C.
Ah.
Okay, so we got C and D, so tell me the first letter.
Ah. Ah.
H.
Ah. Ah.
Now.
O.
O. Okay, we got H and O to start.
L.
L. Okay. Now lift your hands.
L.
Okay, you got I and D. I'll take that one. I know it looks like an L, so that's probably why you said it there. H O. L-I-D.
A.
A. Good. Now pull your hand all the way down.
Y.
Y. Good.
S.
Yeah, holidays are a good one. Different kind of holidays. Like we have one coming up. I think it's at the end of this month. Usually people get a day off of school or a day off of work. I wonder if you might know this one that's coming up in May.
H.
Okay, you had it before. Go back to it.
M.
M. Good. Move your hands.
E.
E. Good. Oh, one off. Yeah.
N.
M. Good. Keep going.
O.
O. Good. R. Yeah. So we have more. Okay, we got M-E-M-O-R. Okay. Then sound it out as best you can.
I.
I. Good. Move your hands.
A.
A. And.
M.
Okay, try again. Last one. You're almost there.
L.
L. Yeah, Memorial Day coming up. What, like, I think maybe next Monday. So yeah, actually you're doing very well. I like that even if you touch a wrong one, you skip to the next one and you don't say it. So that's kind of a good correction for yourself where even if you touch the wrong letter, you move on to the next one and you just say that one. So I know that takes a lot of impulse control not to touch every single letter, so I can see you're trying really hard with it. But your speech is helping you nicely. Okay. So now, let's move on to the moral. We can expand a little bit more. So it is, no one is so great that they cannot fail. So just to kind of reiterate what they're saying in this fable, it's that everyone, no matter who you are, sometimes will F. Good. Keep going.
A.
A. Mhm. I. And
L.
L. Exactly. No matter who you are, you could be just a regular citizen, you could be the president, you could be a king somewhere, a celebrity, anybody, a great athlete. Everybody fails at some point. But it's not always easy for this to happen, right? So people make mistakes, sometimes they try something and it doesn't work out, and it's not always easy. But some people would say something like, you learn, and there are like different ways to say this, this is off the top of my head. You learn the most from failure. Or there's something to learn from your failures. So for this, you could agree with it, or you might disagree with it. What do you think?
Oh, B.
Okay. Oh, we got B and M. Okay. So first letter. Okay, B. If you're going to a different phrase, B.
O.
O. Okay, keep going.
T.
T. B-O-T.
H.
H. Ah, okay, so you both agree and disagree. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. What about we'll talk about kind of the two things. So learning from failures and feeling that kind of disappointment. All right. So learning from failures. What do you think is something people can learn if they fail? Like obviously in the moment it feels terrible. It's not a good feeling. You know, you tried something, maybe worked really hard on it and it didn't work out. So what is some kind of emotion that goes with failure, do you think? Oh, I kind of mixed the two up, but it's okay. Okay, which one? You got two of them. Try again.
M.
M. Okay.
I.
I.
H.
Okay, H, does it make sense? Or actually, let's try it again. It could be a few things. Tell me the first letter. We got M, I, and H. It could be starting with M, or it could be starting with I, and it might make a different phrase.
Time. I.
Okay, that one is D. Touch D. Try again. I mean, keep going, not try again. Keep going. D.
T.
Next.
I.
I. Okay, we're gonna go D and I. So scratch these and go D and I. Next.
S.
S. Okay. Okay, Bertrand.
A.
A. Okay.
L.
Okay, keep going. So you got dis.
L.
Okay, L makes more sense, or P here.
B.
P. Okay, next one. Keep going.
O.
O. All right.
I.
I. Sure.
N.
N. Next is
D.
T. Okay, we got disappoint. Okay, this is a nice long one, right?
B.
M. That's all right. Keep going.
E.
E. Next is. I chose the longest one. Good practice. N.
T.
T. Okay, so we have disappointment. That's one. Okay. So now maybe you could come up with one more.
E.
E. Okay. M. Okay.
B.
P. Okay, we got E, N, P. Oh, that H wouldn't make so much sense. Try again. I'll wait for this hands to slip in just a bit. M, P.
T.
T. Okay, keep going.
E.
E. Okay.
What's that?
So we got D. Oh. I. Okay, that's good. Good correction. In. Good.
E.
E. Nice. Yeah, there you go.
S.
so disappointed, maybe a little emptiness, absolutely. Sometimes when people work so hard for something and then it doesn't pan out the way they want, it doesn't happen the way they want, they just feel like, oh, like totally like what you said, empty, and maybe it's just very disheartening, so it can be rough. But this learning portion. So when people learn things from their mistakes, from their failures, do you think this is something that happens right away, or do you think this is something that happens later on? Like they make a mistake and they're like, oh, well, this is a, a learning lesson, I can learn so much right away or later on? Are. Okay, that's just opinion, so.
You.
You. Okay, good, move your hands.
E.
Okay, this is the worst, I'm gonna let you keep going. So I've got room. In. Get the dramas. I. S. T. S. T. Oh, left hand.
A.
A. Good. And then C. Okay. Is there anything else? Any other letters you want to try? This word has some more letters to it, but if that's the... Okay, keep going. Let's see.
E.
E. Okay. Mistake.
S.
S. Okay, rue mistakes. All right, now what I'm going to do is write above it mistakes. Yeah, who likes mistakes, right? So that is a tough thing to deal with. Nice way to say it. Now after that mistake, do you personally think it's something you can find? Like, do you think you sometimes look back and are able to see things you can learn from? In. Oh, okay, so we'll talk about this. In and O. Yeah, some people really don't like it more than others, but yeah, what about perseverance? Like the ability to keep trying even when things go wrong. So to keep going. Or just working hard until you find a solution. Because not everything is going to happen right away, straight away, or on the first try. Sometimes people have to keep going. Like they say, some of the greats like Albert Einstein, of course he would be in the academic realm, but if you were to look at Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, he might have had some disappointments too, but Michael Jordan, he was a famous basketball player, he was such a huge star, but even he had some failures in the beginning of his career. Yeah, like all of these people who are at the top of their career or their success had some kind of failures in the beginning. And they talk to, like, they'll do interviews with CEOs of companies, and they find out that this is true. So do you think it's possible to, like, make it to the very top without ever making any kind of a mistake? And again, this is opinion. In, okay. Next is
O.
O, okay. Then
O.
R, okay, we got M-O-R.
In.
In. you know what? Try this next word and see if we can.
Odette.
In. Okay. O. Okay. More. No. Okay, so maybe like more likely no. More no than yes. Okay. Yeah, I think so too. I think it would be really hard to find somebody who's at the top of their field or their passion and see that they haven't made any mistakes along the way. So it's an important thing to remember, like when we're in the difficult times. Okay, well, I've got to get through this to get to the end. Okay, now you're finished. You did a really nice job. This is a good board. Move some away. Check it.
Odette.